Hello. Hello again, and welcome to Confessions of a People Pleaser. I'm Vivian Morgan. I'm a licensed therapist and personal empowerment coach. And today I want to introduce a new word to you. Maybe it's new to you, maybe it's not actually, but the word is self-abdication. And so this word became very important to me in my own recovery is really understanding the meaning of this word because what it does is it opens up the idea of what happened to you and how to heal it, all in this one word, self-abdication. Another way of looking at it is self-abandonment. When we are young people, we need attachment figures that care for us, that put us as their priority. And there is even a thing called nested attachment, in which we have this need to belong not only to our family and feel important, but also to feel important in our community of peers, maybe your neighborhood, your school, your church. And then the nested attachment gets bigger, so it becomes feeling like you're important in your regional area, like just maybe you play soccer and you're playing for a regional team, but feeling important to the areas around it or to your state, like you're part of a bigger picture. We are pack animals. We need to feel like we belong and that we're important. So, what self abdication means is somewhere along the line, we got the message that in order to belong, we needed to either prove ourselves, take care of others, please other people. And that becomes part of our identity. And a lot of people pleasers, and including myself, I just thought I was such a nice, kind person. And not that I'm not, but that became very easy for me because I was naturally kind of a kind, nice person. But it became very easy for me to adopt that as a strategy to feel like I belong and that I'm important and that I'm worthy. So these are very, very, very basic human needs that we all have. So when I realized that somewhere along the line, that feeling of attachment and belonging didn't come up for me. Whatever was passed down to me just didn't take, and I had a greater need for it. So the reason I like it is when we realize that it's that we're abandoning ourselves in order to get the approval, we start listening more to ourselves because that it's the recognition of that. And then it becomes, how do I turn that around and recognize me? What do I think about my own achievements? What do I think about how I show up in a group setting? What do I think about, my next step for my life? How do I feel about how I've handled things? Well, how do I feel about my relationships? It turns it back to you. And then now you have the power to make those changes. You have the power to regulate yourself, make goals for your life instead of saying, oh my gosh, in order to get acceptance and feel important, I've got to do this, this, and this, and this for other people in order to be accepted, to feel like I belong in that group. So all of us have done a number of things like this, when we talk about peer group and peer pressure, the feeling to belong. And that's what I'm talking about, that feeling, the feeling that I have to somehow not listen to me and listen to the needs, the wants of other people as to how I show up. And that's what self-abdicating is, self-abandonment. And we need to reclaim it and rework it in, you know, in the way that makes us feel good for us. So it happens by us and for us. Okay, so I'll see you next time. I'm Vivian Morgan. I'm an empowerment coach, and I also talk about surviving and thriving from narcissistic abuse. So I hope to see you next time. Please like and follow my page. See you then.